give out the Division I Girls State Championship nightcap is next.
For joy with
first ever.
A 2-on-1. Oh!
Did he bring it in? He did!
It is caught!
Welcome back to the Glass House and the Murphy Center, the campus of MTSU. A three-peat up for grabs tonight for Bradley Central, and a first ever gold ball is on the line for Bartlett in girls basketball. Yes, our 4A state title game is coming up right now. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our nightcap here. We're so glad you're here. I'm Dawn Davenport, joined alongside by Alicia Clark, a former Miss Basketball and MTSU star, and of course, three-time WNBA champion. I could go on and on with everything that you have done in your career, and you know something about big performances on this stage and MVP performances. So with that, AC, which players do we need to watch in this 4A game?
Oh, man, I think first up for Bartlett is Samaya Jones. She is somebody that, you know, not only did coach say that she's an X factor, but she's just a solid player. Last game she had 15 rebounds. That's crazy. To be able to go after that and get that kind of number of rebounds in in the state tournament is amazing. So it just shows the will that she has. And then for Bradley Central, I mean, Kamora Fields, what can you say? She is a standout player. She's really savvy. She gets going. Even coach said, don't be surprised if she steps out and hits some threes out here tonight. So I'm excited to see them take the floor. 2,000
career points for Fields. So we'll see if it's going to be a field day for Fields. Now, these two teams very familiar with each other. They even played earlier this season, and Bradley Central got the win, but Bartlett learned something about it. And this is our Tennessee Highway Safety Office keys to the game.
Yeah, Bartlett, they want to stay out of foul trouble. Coach said, that's something that got them last time. And so they have a very deep roster, and so making sure that they can stay out of foul trouble and be able to utilize that depth. And then limiting Bradley Central to one shot. This is a team that's veteran heavy. They know what it takes to win, and not giving them more opportunities is something you don't want to do. And then on the other side for Bradley Central, you want to force turnovers. You want to make them cough it up, go get easy baskets, and attention to detail. They're going for history tonight, and it's the little things that's going to add up and be able to allow them to do that. And so making sure they're locked in on the little details is going to be key tonight.
Good stuff, AC. We are moments away from tip-off in the final state title game. Your starting lineups and a visit from the third member of our broadcast team, Sam Rothman, next on the NFHS Network.
To help protect the young and young at heart, the sick and the well, to recognize the importance of both physical and mental health while giving back to our communities is to do more than what is expected of a health insurance company. It is calling you a member, but treating you like a neighbor.
It's been my pleasure.
It is making a commitment to be right here for you and keeping it.
Basketball championships are brought to you by BlueCross Blue Shield of Tennessee, proud corporate sponsor of the TSSAA. First Bank, helping people build a better future. First Bank is proud to be the official bank of the TSSAA. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office. Planning to drink? Don't plan to drive. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office reminds you that fans don't let fans drive drunk. And by Food City, official tailgating headquarters of high school sports fans all across Tennessee.
Let's check in with Chris Freeman.
Sportsmanship is maximum effort and maximum respect. It's not letting a mistake or setback get you down. Sportsmanship is treating teammates and opponents with dignity and appreciation.
The score of any athletic contest is often quickly forgotten, but the actions of the players, coaches, and spectators are long remembered. You're more than just a bystander, you're part of the team. We appreciate your positive support of our teams. Now God bless and go Bears!
Go Panthers!
Thank you, ladies. I think we'll have plenty of spirit here in this gym. How about our starting lineups for this 4A title game? Our PA announcer, Chris Freeman, has you covered.
State championship game featuring the Barretts of Bradley Central against the Lady Panthers of Bartlett. And now, the starting lineup, beginning first with the Barretts of Bradley Central. Starting at forward, a 6-foot junior, Zero Kamora Fields. Starting at guard, a 5'6" senior, number 2, Avery Brewer. Starting at guard, a 5'10" senior, number 11, Harmony Ware. Starting at guard, a 5'4" senior, number 20, Malia Wilcox. And starting at forward, a 6'1" senior, number 21, Tatiana Stovall. The head coach of Bradley Central is Jason Reuter. And now, the Lady Panthers of Bartlett. Starting at guard, a 5'5" sophomore, number 2, Anaya Bailey. Starting at guard, a 5'7" junior, number 11, Kaylin Sheffield. Starting at guard, a 5'7" senior, number 12, Akaya Woods. Starting at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 21, Dakara Ward. And starting at center, a 6'1" junior, number 31, Samaya Jones. The head coach of the Lady Panthers is Wesley Shapley.
There are your starting lineups for our Division I Class 4A state championship game. And these are two teams that are very familiar with each other. For more on that, let's check in with Sam Rothman.
Yeah, that's right. Bartlett is hoping third time is the charm. That's because this is the third straight season the Lady Panthers are in the state title game. And the third straight year, they're going up against Bradley Central, who won it back in 2023 and 2024. So I asked head coach Wesley Shapley, how do you beat these guys? He said, plain and simple, we have to control the pace from the start, because if you give Bradley Central anything, they're going to take it and run away with it.
You heard it, AC. Don't give them anything. Don't let them get going, right?
Yeah, with teams that are this experienced, you don't want to give them easy possessions, and you definitely don't want to give them extra possessions.
We are underway for our 4A title game.
Oh. Turnover right off the bat.
that's the way to start it off, right?
Yeah. If you're Bradley Central, it absolutely is.
Exactly. Bradley Central, the Barretts, 34-1 on the season as they come in looking for a three-peat. The rebound early, put back from Kamora Fields, doesn't go. And it's Bartlett's turn. Bartlett High School, the Panthers 25-11 on the season. District 15 Region A champs, have never won a gold ball, but third straight tournament appearance for Bartlett High School. They're hoping this is the one, and the team that can get it done. And a turnover for Bradley Central certainly helps their cause early.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Bartlett High School head coach Wesley Shapley said, listen, this is a dang good team. They've got a culture of winning. 50 years it dates back. They've always had pride in hoops, so we have a lot to overcome in facing this program.
Yeah, I was talking with Ryan Howard earlier, and I was just asking her, like, what has been the key to making Bradley Central so successful consistently year in and year out? And she said it's the standard that Coach Reuter sets and holds them all to. She's like, it doesn't matter your skill, your talent. He's going to make sure that you uphold the standard, and had a funny story to tell that I'll have to tell later on in the broadcast about that exact point.
Of course, Ryan Howard, a former Miss Basketball finalist.
She actually won in 2018.
2018, okay. I couldn't remember what year she won.
Yes, she did. Has a street named after her. I was like, that's how you know you're big time, Ryan, and you have a street named after you in your own city.
Yeah. Especially Cleveland, Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
Around there. We're tied at 2. Yep, nice post move there.
High-low action from the bigs. I like it. That's something to watch. Keep your eye on is when your bigs have that connection, that high-low connection. You saw it there.
Oh, it looks a little like that, too.
So I can see already from the jump, the big-to-big action, that connection is going to be big. That's going to be key in this matchup tonight.
Both of these teams with some size under the basket. You know, we were talking about Bartlett earlier, but, I mean, check it out. Bradley Central, too, not small. And Tatiana Stovall, 6'1", the senior forward, getting it done early for them.
Yeah. I'm like, can I borrow some of that height?
Bradley Central on top, 6'2".
Look at that rebound. That's just... Go get it, get out my way. Look at that.
Oh, a little give and go. And Stovall again. That was Stovall for the rebound. That's Stovall the finish down here. She's on fire.
Yeah, you got to reward your post players. When they go in and that happens and they run the floor, you have to reward them for that.
Stovall with 16 points, 8 rebounds last night. Coach Jason Reuter has a lot of seniors on this team and a lot of experience on this team. They know the routine. They know how to travel. They know how to organize things. He knows when to take their phones, when to practice. You know, they've been here. They've been successful. And Coach Reuter, obviously, has been at Bradley Central for 27 years, 15 as the girls' head coach. Used to be the boys' head coach. What did he tell SAC before the game? He said, listen, you can't beat them, you join them. Yeah. Even my dog's a girl now.
Yeah. Smart man, smart man.
And there on the other side, you saw head coach Wesley Shapley has his Bartlett High School team in their 3rd straight tournament appearance as they look for their first gold ball.
But even that, you know, they haven't won, but being here 3 consecutive years.
Turnover from Bartlett. Let's see if Bradley Central can capitalize. Move around from the corner. Bounces out. But look at that second chance point. Oh. Gamorra Field, so good.
Yeah. Oh, that was close. Oh, see, look.
And the steal from Harmony Ware, the senior, adds 2, and Bradley Central stretches their lead to 10.
Bartlett looks a little rattled right now.
Head coach Wesley Shapley wants to talk about it. Bartlett High School with the timeout after this run. It's Bradley Central up 12-2. You're watching the BlueCross Network.
At First Bank, we know big wins don't just happen under Friday night lights. They happen by Saturday night candlelight. At First Light. Or when keeping the lights on late. They happen any time that makes their eyes light up. Because it's your wins that make our communities shine. See community banking in a different light.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
And then on the other side, Bartlett High School, what did their road look like? They beat Oak Ridge 52-50. Took some late heroics for them to get that win, and then Cookeville 55-43. They're shooting 49.5% in this tournament, and last night 53% from the field.
Listen, when you can shoot 53% from the field, it's going to be a good night.
No doubt, 43% from three-point range too.
Yeah. Good take.
That'll do it for Bartlett. Certainly will need that. Taking on Bradley Central, just one loss this season as they look for their third straight state championship.
I say they're looking pretty good right now.
Nice rebound from Bartlett. They reset the drive into the bucket, and I'll draw the foul. Anaya Bailey, the sophomore, drives in. He'll be under the basket.
Malia Wilcox, that is her first. Team's first.
Well, the strength for this Bartlett team, experience, post-play. Their guards are young or inexperienced, but they rely heavily on their girls, their big girls in the paint there, and that's where their experience is.
Yeah, and just even watching Bradley's defense right now, that's a good take. Fields playing defense on Jones. She's denying her the ball, not letting her get an easy catch, and that was something that Bradley's coach, that's what Coach Reuter said, was she was going to be the X factor. And so I think Fields is doing a great job defending her inside right now.
Ooh, what a rebound there from Bradley Central. Tatiana Stovall.
Yeah, and now I see why Coach Shapley said limit them to one shot. Because if you give this team 3 and 4 shots, they're gonna make you pay.
How about Stovall too in this tournament? She came in averaging 11.8 points per game, 4th on the team. 6.7 rebounds a game, 2nd on the team, but she's just dominating under the glass. It's almost like you see her confidence has grown while she's been here as a senior too.
Yeah, and that's something, again, I said last time, but rebounding is about effort. It's about who wants it more, and you can see right now, Stovall, she wants that ball, and so she's creating extra opportunities for her team and making Bartlett pay, and that's, again, these are high percentage, high quality shots that win championships.
Look at that. Another second chance here for Bradley Central. Stovall with 8 points, 3 rebounds. A whistle will blow on that one.
Fouls on number 13. Zoe Richter.
Richter, a senior guard for Bartlett. Coach said she is the calm we need. You always have to have the calming presence on your team, right?
Yes, definitely.
Can we talk about Rickster a little bit, too? Because she is grinding it out to a double meniscus here. That's what she's playing on. She'll have surgery on Monday.
Yeah.
On Monday. Hasn't practiced all year. Is doing what she can to get by because she wanted to play.
Yeah, wow. First of all, like, the toughness to be able to play with no meniscus in either knee is pretty impressive. But, too, just the way that she's showing up for her team says a lot. Clearly, you know, if her presence means a lot, and so for her to have to, you know, push through that this year, it says a lot about her character too. So
she is a Southeast Missouri State commit. All of her offers were pulled after she tore her meniscus. Lost her father the week after she tore her meniscus, so she has just battled and been through so much. And Southeast Missouri State said, we will absolutely take Zoe Rickster.
Yeah, no, as somebody who's had to play through losing their father, that's not an easy feat at all. And so the fact that she is out here even today and this year and just being able to play through that, you know, I can relate to that. And, you know, for her to still have an offer on the table for Southeast Missouri, you know, that's something that they see her as a person, you know, and that's important, especially now with the transfer portal and everything that's going on in collegiate athletics, for them to still charge.
Hey, this is the state title game, AC. We let them play around here, right?
Yeah.
That's what you want as a player.
Exactly.
Look at that. Nice hustle.
Yeah, that's good. And she was the one that stepped in to take the charge.
Layla Willis, just 5'3", and stepped in there for the nice little lay-on. Bradley Central still up 16-4. Bartlett tries to find a way to stop them, and that will go the other way. What does Bartlett need to do offensively to get things moving?
Honestly, they need to keep getting into the paint. I know Bradley's a tall team. Oh, they called it for a travel. That's okay. They have to create easier opportunities, and you can do that by getting into the paint, being a little more aggressive, attacking downhill.
Well, and that's where your experience is, right?
Yeah,
your host players rely on them in these kind of games.
Exactly. Play through them a little bit, find ways to get them easy catches to where they can play off, you know, off the move. Because when you have big players on the opposite side too that have size and speed, you have to be able to counterbalance. You have to be able to counteract that. And so, you know, getting their post players on the move would be a good way to do that. Making them guard in space. And
Bradley Central feeding Fields, and that will go the other way.
All right. Way to step. That looked like that hurt. Way to step in and take that. Way to take that, Harmony. That was.
Harmony Brooks, junior forward.
Yeah, she was there. Body in front. Yeah, shoulder dipped into her chest. That's a good take. That's a good take.
I think she hit the back of her head there. Hopefully Brooks is okay. Vocal leader.
Yeah.
For this Bartlett team.
Look at the size of Bartlett. Like.
Yeah.
They are.
I mean, Zoe Rickster, 6 feet.
Faye Williams, 6'2".
Dakara Ward, 6'2". Yeah, Faye Williams, 6'2". I mean, they certainly have some height. And there you see, that's Faye Williams, the junior forward. Coach Shapley actually coached her sisters. At Arlington High. See, we're playing.
We're letting them play.
Right. Bradley Central on the run. 58 seconds to go here in the first.
Good position inside.
And from the corner, that one's short, but Fields there for the board and will draw the foul.
Yeah, I need to know how many offensive rebounds Bradley has right now, because they have to be dominating. They're crushing the board.
11 boards, 6 offensive rebounds. Yeah.
Second chance points, 4. Oh, that's surprising. I would have thought they would have had more. But they're dominating right now on the offensive glass.
Alan Fields, a big piece of that, the 6-foot junior forward. District MVP as a freshman. I remember watching her as a freshman thinking, how in the world is this girl just a freshman? She was so dominant there.
Yeah. I mean, watching her now, I'm like, she's a junior.
Yes.
She still has another year.
She still has another year.
I like her composure, though. Like, she makes everything easy. She's not doing anything crazy. It's solid, good positioning inside on the post. She's getting offensive rebounds. It's easy points, and that when you can have a player that can make the easy things. Yeah, when you can have a player, your best player, that does the easy things and is really efficient, that's trouble for an opponent.
Fields, a Miss Basketball finalist, averaging 22 points a game in this tournament. I thought it was interesting, Coach talking to us before the game about how much she's matured. Yes, physically in the weight room, but also mentally.
Yeah.
In just 2 years from the last time I saw her on this court.
Oh, wow. But you see what Bradley's doing. They're getting step back.
Ooh, got it. Avery Brewer.
Okay.
For 3.
And she had a little look at. She looked to the side a little bit. Okay, Avery, I see you.
Didn't Coach say watch out for her?
He did. He said
she's my dead-eye shooter.
Yeah, he said if she can start hitting at a high clip, it's a wrap.
Woo! Avery Brewer helps to put Bradley Central up big after one, 21-4. This is the BCHS Network.
To help protect the young and young at heart, the sick and the well, to recognize the importance of both physical and mental health while giving back to our communities is to do more than what is expected of a health insurance company. It is calling you a member, but treating you like a neighbor.
It's been my pleasure.
It is making a commitment to be right here for you and keeping it.
No business being out there.
You know, I'm a person too.
I'm introducing Mr. John Mackey here today. He shouldn't be introducing you, John, because you guys are synonymous with these championships.
Well, we've enjoyed being a part of it, and since 2013, we've helped sponsor, along with the TSSAA, the state high school basketball championships, and it's been a pleasure and a thrill for us to get to do that.
Well, you know, you think about the TSSAA and you think about BlueCross Blue Shield of Tennessee, they're like they're married to each other, and I think everyone recognizes that, and it's great to have you guys on board again.
We love it. It's been a long partnership, and it's one that we hope to continue for a long time, and it's really something we enjoy doing. We love to be able to put on a first-class event with the TSSAA for all the teams, and all their fans, and all the parents, and all the students. And by being able to partner with them, we give them a first-class experience, and that makes it all worthwhile.
Why do you target this audience?
Well, so we're a Tennessee-based company. We've got 6,400 employees across the state of Tennessee, and those 6,400 employees live and work in all the communities that are represented here today at the game and across the state and all the events. And so it's just a way for us as a company, and part of our mission is to give back to the communities that we work and live in, and by sponsoring the sports and what they represent with the teamwork and the dedication that the student athletes put in. It's just something we're so pleased and proud to be a part of. Again, it's been a long partnership and something we hope to continue on.
Well, we're glad to have you on board, and I don't think we could have a championship unless you guys were involved.
Well, we hope to continue to be involved, and we look forward to it.
Thanks, John Mackey.
All right, thank you, John Mackey. Coach Bargatze, always good to see old coach there. Appreciate you guys. Here it is, second quarter. Bradley Central up 21-4, and with a chance to add to that lead. Fields called for the travel.
Yeah, Baxter switched it up. I mean Bartlett, excuse me. Switched it up and went zone. trying to slow them down inside. They're dominating the paint. When you go zone, that helps your rebounding. Puts more bodies around the rim and allows you to kind of control the boards a little bit better.
Ooh, great point. Ooh. You wanted her to take that shot, didn't you?
Look inside.
Or look inside, okay.
Look at Rickster on the boards down there.
Anaya Bailey, the sophomore guard, starting this offense. Loses that one. It'll be a jump ball.
Jump ball, possession error, 2 Bartlett.
Bradley Central up 21-4. Lady Panthers needing to score some points, get on the board this quarter. Zakaya Lewis. Big rebound, nice putback there. Samaya Jones. That's really the first we've heard of Samaya, and that's one of our key players to watch.
Yeah. They got to create easier opportunities for themselves. They need to create more easy opportunities like that. And honestly, like, they need to pick up their tempo on the offensive side. It's really slow, and when you have a team, again, that is as long as Bradley is, they're just going to take up space. And the slower you go, the more they're able to clog the paint, clog up all the lanes, and it just makes your looks tougher. So, like, when you get the ball popping side to side, that loosens that defense up a little bit.
Especially when you're trailing at this point, 21-6. You need the momentum. You need to get back in this game.
You got to have a little sense of urgency right here to try to at least close this gap a little bit. Look at their bounce pass inside.
Anaya Bailey to the basket. That one won't go. Anaya Bailey, 5'5", sophomore guard. Transfer from Olive Branch, Mississippi this year, and that was a nice clean block from 21, Stovall.
But you see how the length of Bradley right now, like, it's hard for Bartlett to even get an inbounds pass right now.
You're looking at head coach Jason Reuter as they go for the three-peat. He did not beat around the bush. He said, absolutely, we talked about it. It's talked about. We know what's at stake. And here we go, Bradley Central off running the easy lay-in for Avery Brewer. And the lead is stretched.
Bradley's really poised right now. They look like back-to-back champions playing out here today. They're composed, they're aggressive, they're making the right reads. They look comfortable out here.
And Stovall is back on the line. That foul called on Rickster. I've just been really impressed with what Tatiana Stovall has been able to do. And the way she has upped her game as a senior, coming in, her last go, she just has played so well this week and is continuing that. She leads Bradley Central in scoring right now with 10 points, 4 of 7 shooting, 4 rebounds for her. Just really playing well all around right now.
Yeah, they're super efficient. When you're bigs, let's see, what is she? Stovall is 4 for 7.
Yep.
Bills is 3 for 5. I mean, that's 7 for 12 right there. That's a pretty good percentage from your inside players.
Bartlett trying to drive in and get something to happen here. Kaylin Sheffield goes to the line, the junior guard. Goes by KK. That means from here on out, we're calling her KK.
Absolutely.
Lefty. Shoots it well. She can get hot quick, and Coach raved about her basketball IQ. Some substitutions. Bradley Central bringing in Addie Guerin, a junior guard. maybe get a little rest for some of their players. And Zoe Rickster comes out for Bartlett.
Oh, that's tough.
That is on number 21, Dakara Ward. That is her team second.
We see Harmony Brooks back in
Checking in number 5
for the Lady Panthers, the junior forward. You know, we talked to Bartlett head coach Wesley Shapley, who started in man-to-man, made a switch to zone, and it seems to be the zone working a little better.
I was going to say, if they can get that rebound up.
If you can rebound, nice by Harmony Ware to stretch the lead.
Basket is good by number 11, Harmony Ware.
Yeah, Bartlett just struggling tonight, 3 for 12 right now, and they've shot really well throughout this entire tournament. 53% from the field last night. They need that to come back if they can catch Bradley Central. 27-7 is where we are with 4:45 to play in the half.
Shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop, where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the BlueCross State Championships, where Bradley Central leads Bartlett 27-7 in the second quarter. We've mentioned these teams are very familiar with each other, playing the last 2 seasons. Well, it seems they also have the same sense of style when it comes to shoes. Both Bradley Central and Bartlett are wearing lime green Sabrina Ionescu's. I asked assistants for both teams if it was a coincidence. They both looked at their players' feet and started laughing. They said they hadn't even realized, too focused on the game, I guess, guys. I don't think
they didn't realize they were all wearing the same shoes. How about that? Oh my goodness, I noticed it right off the bat.
Yeah, same. That was.
Wait, do you know about these shoes?
No, I can't even see. I'm like, which shoes are these? If we can find that out.
Although I do love.
I'm an Adidas athlete, so you know I'm not as hip on the Nike outside of the A1, the Asia Wilson.
It's Sabrina Ionescu.
Oh, it's Sabrina.
Oh, it is
okay.
Sabrina. Okay, you were right. You called.
Okay, I thought
yes.
so, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, it's cool to see, you know, more WNBA players getting signature shoes. Like obviously on court today, you see the Sabrinas. Asia Wilson has the A1s launching this spring, and you know, so it's really cool to see that come. And players get that kind of recognition and that celebration. It's about time. It's pretty cool. Breanna Stewart has her own shoe too with Puma. So to see it out here trickling down to this level, like seeing girls basketball players wearing women's shoes, I think is really dope. And it just shows how far women's basketball has come.
What a great point. And these are sweet, by the way. I would
Another way is cool.
Yeah. Hey, look good, play good.
Yeah.
That's the mentality here. Bradley Central is certainly looking good and playing good right now. The 3 doesn't go.
They need to stay in the zone.
The zone defense.
Yeah, because
it's better, yes.
Yeah, it's taking up space in the middle. It's clogging the paint. Their post players aren't getting open looks. They're able to rebound. If I'm Coach Shapley, I'm staying in this zone.
By the way, a nice block out by Faye Williams from Bartlett. It's good to see her back, too. She tore her ACL last December. Otherwise, would absolutely be a starter for this team. They just kind of eased her back. She tweaked it again. In the district, you see the big knee brace that she's wearing. And you know, from an injury standpoint, sometimes the mental part of the injury and coming back is worse than the actual injury.
That's definitely the hardest part of coming back from an injury, is that mental part of it. That mental block of, you know, your body is physically strong enough now, but it's overcoming that of, can I trust it? Can I do the same things I normally do? And that's the piece. That's why you have to phase players back in. You can't just throw them back out there. And so, you know, you have to build that confidence. You have to go through a couple games or a couple practices and like, okay, yeah, for her, your knee, it's like, okay, I can plant and push off, and it doesn't hurt. I feel confident. And that just little by little builds that mental confidence that you need.
Yeah. 27-8, Bradley Central with a big lead. Bartlett starting to press, and then a timeout here.
That's good pressure right there.
All right, so for Bartlett to get back in this game, 3:57 to go in the first half. It's never over. We know how quick scores can change. We saw it in our 2A game earlier.
Yeah.
It looked like it was out of hand, and that one was down to the wire. But for Bartlett, stay in the zone. That Bradley Central has struggled a little bit more with that zone defense.
Yeah, I would definitely stay in the zone. And then just what they did right here, up your pressure. You know what I mean? Make them have to make decisions under pressure. And hopefully you can create some turnovers out of this press right here to give yourself easy opportunities where you don't have to play against a set defense.
Now, don't forget, coming up at the half.
There you go. Look, there you go.
TSSAA, and we'll have all your stats and first half highlights. And there you go, that pressure, Bradley Central. Bearettes looking to stretch the lead, and that will go White's way.
Oh, attack the basket.
Anaya Bailey, the sophomore guard, running the point there, and that is Akaya Woods, a senior who couldn't hold on to that ball. The Bearettes make them pay for that turnover. Harmony Ware adds 2. Six points, 4 boards for Harmony now.
You see, Woods looks a little deflated right now. A little frustrated, a little down on herself, probably beating herself up right now.
Ooh, and a big three-pointer.
You can see it. Oh, she's frustrated. Oh, bless her.
How about Addie Guerin there with that 3, too? Junior guard. Only averages 4.4 points per game, but a big 3 for her there. She puts Bradley Central up. The Bearettes up even bigger, 32-8 at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the basket just looks really big for Bradley right now. Everything they're putting up is going in, and that's tough. It just feels like it's like a snowball effect right now. Everything is just compounding. You got a turnover. You know, you had a missed shot that led to a wide open shot down here for Bradley. That's tough. It's a tough position to be in.
It's interesting for Bartlett, too. They have not had their full roster pretty much all year long. Either injuries or sickness or other things happen. So they went from like December 7th to late February without their full team, without their full roster.
Yeah.
Finally back healthy, finally back in full force. But that can make a difference when you're talking about this level of pressure, this level of competition, and you've missed basically a month, a little bit more than a month of playing together with your starters and your full roster.
Yeah, chemistry is huge when it comes to chasing championships, and that's something that you only get by playing with each other. And so, you know, a lot of times people love to think that on roster, as long as you have the best players and you know, the best coach, it automatically equates to a championship, and that's not it at all. You have to have a lot of things go right for you to be able to win a championship. Health, chemistry are at the top two, and, you know, that's what you see right here with Bradley, and that can, you know, to the detriment of Bartlett right now. See?
Oh, and Bradley does not miss an Avery Brewer for three.
She looks like she's hitting for me. That's something that Coach said. If we can get her shooting at her normal percentage, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, 8 points already for Brewer. She's a 46% three-point shooter on the year.
Oh,
that's
goodness.
What he was talking about.
You know,
yeah.
To shoot at that clip, what a beautiful luxury to have.
Oh, you used to do that. Come on, AC.
I'm trying to get back to that. You know, we were down a little bit the last couple of years, but it's okay. We're gonna get back to that.
Well, Brewer trying to move that pace. 1:40 to go in the first half. The drive in, draws the foul. And that one called
Who's that
on Christian Tate. Yes.
But you know, for Bartlett, for them to be down 36-8 right now, they're still playing extremely hard. They're competing, and you know, that's what you want as a coach. Because again, these games, you never know what could happen, and as long as you make sure that you're still competing out here, because that's close. They're getting really close to these over and backs. It's making me nervous. I just don't want them to give up any other possessions that they could use right now. Look inside.
Rickster, the drive in, dish back out. Samaya Jones.
Williams is stepping in, stealing really well. They're just not seeing it.
Willis, there you go. A little late there, yep. Yeah. And another turnover by Bartlett. Bradley Central looking to make points off of it. Bradley, by the way, 22 points in the paint.
Wow. Yeah, but a lot of those came off their offensive rebounds and their posts easy right here. Look, another example of it.
Another one, yep.
Yeah, didn't finish, but those are high percentage looks.
Another nice block out, by the way, by Faye Williams. She's done a really good job of getting position down there.
Listen, I love a good box out, Don. I love a good box out, because those are the things that don't show up on stat sheets, right? Like, it's not going to be like, oh, she leads the team in great box outs, but it results in a foul. It results in their bigs not being able to get an offensive rebound. Like, those things matter in the grand scheme of basketball in the game.
Absolutely. And Williams, 2 rebounds. It feels like more with her battling under there.
Number 2, Anaya Bailey. Number 24.
Williams, a 2-time middle school high jump champ, too, by the way. Athlete.
Yeah. What a skill. Be a high jump champ. Like, I wonder what that feels like.
I would never know. She is 6'2". That probably helps, right? Bradley. Dagger. A 3 from Brewer. Again.
Yeah, Brewer knew she needed to come into this game and shoot well, and you can tell she's confident. She just shot a dribble, pull-up 3. She's feeling confident. She's feeling good about her shot tonight.
3 of 4 from three-point land for Brewer. 13 points for her. 9 seconds to go, and Bradley Central has now stretched their lead to 30 in the first half.
Yeah, that's tough.
Fouls on number 40, Ida Garrett. That is her first 2 shots.
Zoe Rickster, the senior, on the line, can play all 5 positions on the floor. She started since her freshman year. Coach talked about her calm. They might need that in the locker room at halftime to keep this team in this.
They're going to need that and just a little bit extra, too. Just to, again, you wipe this half, you go into the locker room at halftime, and you wipe it, you talk about it, you leave it behind, and then you come out, and in your mind it's 0-0, and you just got to chip away. You know, take it one possession at a time and make sure you're getting high-quality looks. But, again, the difference is going to be, can Bartlett be aggressive and get downhill, get in the paint, and create easy opportunities for themselves? There you go.
Time taken away, doesn't go, and that will do it for our first half. Bradley Central up 40-11 on the Bartlett Lady Panthers. What a half and what a performance for head coach Jason Reuter and his Bearettes. And speaking of Coach Reuter, he is with Sam Rothman right now. Sam?
Coach, shooting over 50% from the floor, limited Bartlett to just 10 points in that first half. What do you like from your team on both sides of the floor?
You named it. Great defense and shooting the ball well. It's a great recipe. Let's hope I don't try to coach too much in the second half. No, really, Avery Brewer shooting a 3. We got a little bit of foul trouble, but we're shooting really well. I mean, I come into this game just saying if we could play our average. If we could shoot our average. We're shooting 52% on the year, and I think we're doing that.
What is the key to just keep it going here in the second half?
Not to lose our momentum. We still got another half to play. This game is not over. Just not turn the ball over and value each possession and let the clock work for you.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
You're watching the BlueCross State Championships presented by First Bank right here on the NFHS Network. We'll be right back.
Okay, I think we have
BlueCross Blue Shield of Tennessee, proud corporate sponsor of the TSSAA. First Bank, helping people build a better future. First Bank is proud to be the official bank of the TSSAA. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office, planning to drink? Don't plan to drive. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office reminds you that fans don't let fans drive drunk. And by Food City, official tailgating headquarters of high school sports fans all across Tennessee. The BlueCross Basketball Championships are brought to you by BlueCross Blue Shield of Tennessee, proud corporate sponsor of the TSSAA. First Bank, helping people build a better future. First Bank is proud to be the official bank of the TSSAA. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office, planning to drink? Don't plan to drive. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office reminds you that fans don't let fans drive drunk. And by Food City, official tailgating headquarters of high school sports fans all across Tennessee.
Welcome back to the Murphy Center for the BlueCross State Championship. today. And the TSSAA is not done today, guys. You're making it an emphasis to celebrate women, celebrate opportunities for women in the future. How are you guys doing that?
Yeah, you know, we've got a couple of things that happened this year. We had the first middle school girls wrestling state championship in the nation that we hosted earlier this year. And then we've also sanctioned flag football. This is our first season, and that sport is growing rapidly. So it's great to see, you know, more opportunities for women in sports.
That flag football growing rapidly. What has the response been? Because I know it's been good.
Yeah, since we sanctioned last April, we had 30 schools in a pilot program. Now we have 155 that are participating this spring. So it's expanded way quicker than we thought, and it's just created so many opportunities for girls who weren't even playing a sport in their high school before, and now they're joining their flag football teams.
For you to see that reaction, what does it mean to you to know that you're giving these opportunities to girls and they're enjoying them?
Yeah, you know, it's great, and especially when you talk to these women who, you know, back when Title IX was just passed and they didn't have these opportunities, it's just so great to see how far we've come since then and what they're offered. And I love anytime we can have a chance for a kid who's not doing something else in their school to participate in education-based athletics. It's a great experience.
Awesome stuff, Emily. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We'll have a lot more coming up in halftime right here on the BlueCross State Championships on NFHS Network. We'll be right back.
At First Bank, we know big wins don't just happen under Friday night lights. They happen by Saturday night candlelight. At First Light. Or when keeping the lights on late. They happen any time that makes their eyes light up. Because it's your wins that make our communities shine. See community banking in a different light.
First Bank loan officer. And first and foremost, thank you for being here. You guys have been the official partner of the TSSAA Championships for the past 4 years. What has made it work so well with your guys' partnership?
You know, I think we're just real similarly aligned. We'd like to be in the community. Obviously, TSSAA and what they do throughout the state is very community with all the athletes and everything. And we're a local bank, but we've got banks from Memphis, east to Knoxville, down to Tuscaloosa. So we're just really in those communities. You come in and get a loan or need something just banking-wise account. It's somebody that maybe went to the same high school you did, maybe in a different era, and maybe played a similar sport you did or something like that. But we're just both really deeply embedded in the communities we're in.
What is it so in terms of high school special to represent and to make sure that these kids are being seen and heard?
Yeah, you know, I think sports in general is just a great microcosm of life. You're going to have ups and downs, goods and bads, highs and lows, and it's the same out here. You hit a three or airball it. You've got to play the next play, and in life, something's going to happen. You're going to have a bad day. A parent's going to get sick. A child's going to get sick, something like that. And you just got to go on. You've got to move forward and get going, and you just can't let it bog you down, and that's what high school sports will teach you.
That is what high school sports will teach you. We appreciate you and your sponsorship, Justin. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
To help protect the young and young at heart, the sick and the well, to recognize the importance of both physical and mental health while giving back to our communities is to do more than what is expected of a health insurance company. It is calling you a member, but treating you like a neighbor.
It's been my pleasure.
It is making a commitment to be right here for you and keeping it.
No business being out there.
You know, I'm a person too.
We have a veteran of a lot of TSSAA events here with us today. Kim Van Natta knows everything there is to know about Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee and TSSAA.
Absolutely.
Why is that?
TSSAA is such a big demographic for us because we reach new drivers every single year. These are teens just beginning to drive. That's their first independence. So we're trying to teach them safe habits behind the wheel of a car.
I'm going to admit something to you. I'm an old guy, and seatbelts weren't around when I first started driving. Sometimes I have to get moving before I put my seatbelt on, and now I'm running across the line, causing traffic issues. So I've got to start doing it as soon as I get in the car, right?
You know, it really hurts me to think that an older gentleman wouldn't wear their seatbelt, because that's the first thing. As soon as you get into a car and sit down, you buckle that seatbelt. And the excuse of they didn't have them, that doesn't work anymore.
It doesn't work anymore.
I mean, it beeps. So you have to buckle your seatbelt. And we're talking about the kids and the students. They're listening to the adults, but they're listening more to what you do than what you say. So if you're behind the wheel of a car not buckling, why should they buckle?
My granddaughters say, "Pop, come on, do your seatbelt," and I listen to them.
That's the message we're trying to get. It's just not just seatbelts, though. It's impaired driving. We have that, and this demographic as well with the distracted, because everybody has a phone now. They want to text. Nobody talks anymore, but they want to text. And you're behind the wheel of a car, sending or receiving a text, you can drive the length of a football field. And that means you're driving 100 yards without even looking at the road.
That's amazing. Well, we appreciate so much, and people of Tennessee appreciate so much what you've done for high school sports and that demographic in the state.
Thank you very much.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop, where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the nightcap. God, it's been such an amazing day of high school girls basketball. And here we are, halftime of our 4A game. Bradley Central leading it 40-11 over Bartlett in a first half that was all Bearettes early on. Welcome back in. We're so glad you're with us. I'm Dawn Davenport. Alicia Clark is here with me, and we talked prior to this game, AC, about some of the big key players, and it seems like it's been opposite of who has been the key players for both Bradley Central and Bartlett tonight.
Yeah, I asked Coach Ritter who his X factor was for his team, and he said Brewer. And so, I mean, she's shooting 3 for 4 from the 3. That's what you love to see from your shooters. And then on the opposite side, being able to control turnovers. When you have 14 turnovers, that leads to 19 points for defending back-to-back champions. That's tough to overcome.
And that's getting it done too.
Yeah.
No doubt. Let's take a look at some of our first half highlights. A little bit of Bartlett there with Dakara Ward, but a whole lot of Bradley and what they were able to do. The drive to the bucket, and Stovall was huge for them early on before Brewer kind of stepped in and took over.
Yeah, she came out ready for today, and you could see that. I mean, look at this, her effort on the glass. Oh, sorry, no, that's Fields. But still, between Fields and Stovall, these two came out ready for today, and you can see that attacking the basket, getting second chance opportunities, playing great defense. That's what you want to see from
Yes, I just talked to him.
Yeah, no kidding. We had 4 players that averaged double digits in points per game this year for Bradley. So pick your poison, and that's exactly what we've seen tonight with Stovall, 10 points. You've got Brewer with 13 points, and then, of course, Fields, the Miss Basketball finalist, 8 points already.
Yeah, they're doing what champions do. You show up in big moments.
And you can see by the stats, too, them showing up with our first bank stats and a look at some of these numbers. 15 of 28 for Bradley, the Barretts. And you mentioned it, 19 points off the turnovers, AC.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, you're giving a great team easy opportunities. And, you know, Bartlett knew that this was going to be an uphill battle tonight, but you just don't want to give easy opportunities to a team like this. They're already hard enough to stop. You don't want to give them any freebies.
Let's check in with the third member of our broadcast, Sam Rothman. Sam, you talked to Coach?
His team was in the locker room down 29. He said pretty bluntly, they better find some competitive fire or they're going to get beat by 60.
That's a great point. That's so true.
Yeah.
But at this point, what do you do? I mean, Coach Shapley just very bluntly told his team, find it.
Yeah.
What's the key to this? It's the chip away. It's the not look big picture. How do you stay in this game if you're Bartlett?
Man, I mean, honestly, it's just you have to take it one possession at a time, and you have to turn up your defensive intensity. You have to try to create easy offense for yourself right now because playing against Bradley's set defense, they're having a hard time doing that. So honestly, right now, it's create easy opportunities by yourself by turning up the defensive intensity.
Harmony Ware on the line. The senior forward plays the most minutes for head coach Jason Reuter. Had 15 points, 2 assists last night. 8 points and 7 rebounds in the quarterfinal. Yeah. And a foul will be called there. Zoe Rickster drawing that one. But that, again, is to your point of Bradley and how aggressive they are.
Yeah. I would love to know how many steals they have. I wish it was something that, like, we track in the WNBA is deflections. We have somebody that tracks that because it doesn't show up or count as a steal, but it has such an impact on the game. There you go, right there. Right there.
That was Kaylin Sheffield. Sorry, that was Harmony Ware with the steal. And she is back on the line again.
Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Underneath, okay. All right. Got us for a pump fake? That's fine.
I guess that was before the shot, right?
They don't have the gather rule in high school.
No.
She gathered.
Do you hear that often?
Not me, but, you know, for my teammates I do.
That's right, yes. Of course, Bradley Central looking for their
nice move.
Third straight state title.
And she's somebody who, like, her expression doesn't really change. She is consistent, and she does not change her expression, which is also a great sign. When you have somebody that's killing, and it can just be even demeanor, even kill throughout that.
Stoic,
yeah. Almost. In control of your emotions and getting buckets, that's a great combination.
By the way, that was Christian Tate, just a sophomore, coming off the bench.
There you go.
Doing some work there for Bartlett. Check that.
Yeah, see, getting downhill, get to the paint. creating easy opportunities. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you can be aggressive getting inside, it helps you so much, because anything in the paint is a high percentage shot, and that's what you want to give. There we go, turnover. Now you got to go capitalize on that. Oh, another turnover. That's tough. That's tough.
You know, Coach Shapley said we have got to take care of the ball coming into this game, and they had 26 turnovers last night. He said, you do that with Bradley Central, and guess what? The score is going to look like it is right now. 44-13.
I mean, they're at 16.
They're at 16 with 6:25 to play in the third quarter.
Ooh, that's a good look. She is confident right now, Brewer. There you go. Good defense, Faye. Oh, another turnover.
Another turnover, and Brewer can't get that one to go. Rebound, battle under the basket. Bartlett pushes it. She wanted the foul.
But listen, she's pushing in transition, looking to try to make something happen, which is what you have to do. Don't let them get set.
Now that's Layla Willis, the Lady Panthers.
Oh, Layla, that's my niece's name.
It's a pretty name.
It is.
Nice drive from Rickster. Ooh, fancy moves from Layla. Can she get it to go? No, but she can draw the foul.
That's what you got to do. Try to stop the clock, get easy points, and keep attacking. Make them call fouls. That's something that Coach Reuter didn't want to happen, was their players getting in foul trouble, because he knows Bartlett is deep. So if you can do that, these next few minutes in this quarter, the fourth quarter looks a lot different when you have your best player sitting on the bench.
I meant to bring that up too. One of the advantages that Bartlett has is their depth. And they haven't been able to push Bradley Central to the point to where that is an advantage for them. And you got to do that, and it has to happen now.
Yeah, like right now, Stovall has 3. If you can get her to pick up another foul right now, and this, is that a charge? He caught a charge. That's a charge. That's her 4th. Listen, I'm telling. That's big.
This is where the momentum could change.
Because now you got, wow, you have 13 and a half minutes essentially where she can't pick up another foul, and that completely changes.
There it is.
Yeah, that's tough. Listen.
Man, way to get set from Layla Willis there. Yeah, because Stovall, 10 points, 4 personal fouls, 6 rebounds. That's a big loss for them to have to put her on the bench in the third.
Oh, I was like, it's all activity. I was like, did somebody get hurt? No. That's not what we want to see right now.
.5:28 to play. Bradley up 44-15. Bartlett trying to shift the momentum. Oh, nice drive from Willis. Can't get it to fall.
But I like the way that she attacked. She got to the paint.
The 3 ball, good. Addie Guerin, her second 3 of the game.
Ready for her moment, okay. That wasn't over back, they just didn't see it. Attack the basket, go. There you go. Paint touch. That's a good look.
Nice rebound.
There you go.
Oh, the putback. Rickster's shot doesn't go.
But I like that possession from Bartlett. They got in the paint.
Yeah, Bradley in the paint as well. And another bucket for Fields. Over 2,000 points for her career.
That's a lot of points.
P.S. She's a junior.
Like, that's wild.
She's not
so impressive. I know. That's so impressive. I would love to know her overall field goal percentage for her threes. I know it's high. Because I mean, tonight she's 5 for 7. Ooh, that's a foul on Fields. That's her 3rd.
This is exactly what Coach Reuter said. We cannot get in foul trouble. We are not deep.
Yeah.
That was on 2 for Fields. That is her 3rd, team's 4th.
Again, you can get her to pick up a foul in this next 4 minutes. Changes a lot in the fourth quarter.
Nice job by Faye Williams pushing that.
I like Faye. She's done a lot of really good things today that don't necessarily show up on the stat sheet, but are making a huge impact. You know, her post defense inside, her activity, her boxing out, her crashing the offensive glass, being aggressive.
You know, she comes from a basketball family, too. Both of her sisters played, and Coach Shapley coached them at Arlington High. He said one sister, super athletic, finesse player, one physical, tough, fundamental player, and he said Faye is the best of both worlds.
Oh, yeah, you definitely see that.
And that's probably from growing up with two sisters, right?
Shout out to her sisters, because you got your work, your influence has paid off.
No doubt, Harmony Ware back on the free throw line. And it looks like Coach Shapley completely changed out his lineup here with 3:50 to go in the third.
Yeah, get some energy.
Well, Bradley Central fully in control, 51-16 in the 4A state title game. We're back after this. Stick around.
At First Bank, we know big wins don't just happen under Friday night lights. They happen by Saturday night candlelight. At First Light. Or when keeping the lights on late. They happen any time that makes their eyes light up. Because it's your wins that make our communities shine. See community banking in a different light.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Food City, the official tailgating headquarters of high school sports all over the Volunteer State. Welcome back to the Glass House. Dawn Davenport, along with Alicia Clark, and Sam Rothman is also with us for our nightcap of the day, the 4A state title game. Bradley Central, the Barretts, looking for the three-peat. Can you imagine what would that have meant as a player to be able to go back to back to back?
Oh man, I mean, that's what we were trying to do in Vegas this past season.
Yeah.
I mean, it's historic, and that's something that as a player you want to be in the history books. And I mean, the way this game is looking, it's looking like they're on their way to history, but you know, they have to close this thing out.
Bartlett, of course,
you got a silver inside.
Hasn't won a gold ball. This is their third straight tourney appearance, though. Certainly Shelby County very proud of what this program has.
Like, they've always had really good teams out that way. And that's, again, talks back to the point we've been talking about all day, Dawn, that Tennessee produces and has such rich girls basketball, women's basketball culture here for that. And, you know, you see it from east to west. There's no gap in anywhere. And so it's been fun to not only experience as a player myself, but to be able to come back and watch.
Well, we talked about the Athletes Unlimited Pro Basketball League that you just played in during your off season before you head back to the W. And just the response from people in Nashville. And part of that, too, is a credit towards, you know, Pat Summitt, because she started the love of basketball early in this state.
Definitely. You know, the amount of times I talked about Pat Summitt and Betty Wiseman during my Athletes Unlimited time, because those really are... Oh, her shoe came off. They really are the pioneers and laid the foundation for women and girls basketball here in the state of Tennessee. So to see the response with Athletes Unlimited and the way that the city showed up and, you know, supported us, it meant everything.
Girls basketball, big deal in Cleveland, Tennessee, too. 1,700 students at Bradley Central, the Barretts. So good.
Oh. There you go. There's it.
That's going to be a jump ball. Nice hustle, though, from Samaya Jones.
Yeah. She was somebody that had 15 rebounds last game. Where is she?
She did. Take a look here. Okay. Good call. Yeah. Jump ball. Yeah, Samaya Jones, 10 points, 15 rebounds against Cookeville. She was the leading scorer, 13 points in their semifinal game for Bartlett. You know, Coach had said sometimes she can be a little too unselfish. He would like for her to be a little more selfish, but when we talked to Coach Reuter, that was one of the keys.
Yep.
Make sure that Samaya Jones doesn't stay in the paint.
Okay. I see you, Anaya.
Nice block from Anaya Bailey. P.S. Look at this.
That wasn't that wasn't an accidental block. That was like, I mean it block. Oh, they called a foul. Oh, I must have missed that.
We thought it was clean. Really. That's all right. That puts Avery Brewer on the line. Avery Brewer has had a tremendous game. She was a team captain back as a sophomore, so you know now as a senior, she knows what to do.
Yeah.
She knows how to be vocal. God, you leave her open and she's going to knock it down. And
there you go.
She has 16 points as Bartlett tries to stay in this thanks to Harmony Brooks.
That's what you got to do. Just try to chip away. They got to stop fouling. Not me acting like I'm out here playing. They just got to stop fouling.
Fouls on number 5, Harmony Brooks. That is her third.
Again, back to the line. 1:10 to play in the third. 56-19. Bradley hoping to roll their way to their third straight state title, and they've been really good from the line too, drawing the fouls and then making sure you hit those free throws. Harmony Ware just with 2 here.
Yeah, they're 13 for 14. They're doing a great job.
They're 93% from the charity stripe.
Honestly, they haven't made many mistakes tonight.
Lady Panthers 25-11 on the year, still fighting. The 3 ball doesn't go. Big rebound from Bradley. Fields, the dish out. Brewer, the 3.
As expected.
Again.
Yeah.
Avery Brewer, the senior, on fire tonight.
Yeah, she's lighting it up.
4 of 6 from three-point land.
Yeah, that's a great night. I mean, but Coach Reuter said it. He said if she can shoot her normal percentage, it's going to be a long night, and a long night it has been.
She's over her normal percentage tonight. She's a 46% three-point shooter on the year. She's like, hold on.
Yeah,
I can do better.
Let me outdo myself a little bit here.
That's right. On my senior year and a chance for the three-peat. Avery Brewer just showing up.
Checking in number 22, Division Tech.
Taylor Sheffield. Again, just getting downhill, trying to make something happen, and again, that's what you want. At this point, you want to try to make something happen, and that's, you got to create contact, get in the paint, try to get easy buckets.
Yeah, KK at the free throw line makes that one go. 40-point ball game with 9 seconds to go in the third. And remember, if it is a 35-point differential coming into the fourth quarter, we will have the running clock in this one.
Timeout. It is a
Coach Wesley Shapley having a chat with his team, District 15, Region 8 champs. You know, it was interesting to hear Coach talk. When I talked to him yesterday, he was preaching, appreciate the moment, take it all in.
Yeah.
You know, keep things in perspective. He told the team, you know, after they won yesterday, made it to the championship game, he was like, guess what I got? I got a text from my dentist reminding me that I have an appointment on Monday. My dentist doesn't care that we're in the state championship game. So that was kind of his way of saying, hey, listen, there's life outside this tourney.
Yeah.
Make sure you keep everything in perspective and make sure that you appreciate and enjoy the moment regardless of what happens.
Exactly, because I mean, it's hard to get to a state title game, especially consecutively. And so that's something to be proud of as well. You know, regardless of what happens, the fact that you can consistently get here is something that you can be proud of.
No doubt, and I know that those Bradley Central Barrett fans are very proud of them right now. 8 minutes to go in this, and Bradley up 61-21.
To help protect the young and young at heart, the sick and the well, to recognize the importance of both physical and mental health while giving back to our communities is to do more than what is expected of a health insurance company. It is calling you a member, but treating you like a neighbor.
It's been my pleasure.
It is making a commitment to be right here for you and keeping it.
You have no business being out there.
You know, I'm a person too.
See what they do moving forward, because like,
welcome back. How about our Blue Cross Blue Shield move of the game? It's funny, we were just talking in the break about Kimora Fields and how she has this quiet 14 points right now, right? 14.7 rebounds for Fields.
Yeah.
Gosh, she has been good. We've talked so much about Avery Brewer, but how about her and what Fields has done under the bucket?
Yeah, I mean, she's so efficient. And again, that was just a simple step through, nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but like efficient. And that is what you want. And again, it's quiet because it's not flashy, but guess what? It puts points on the boards.
Absolutely, and Fields 6 of 9 shooting, and really Bradley has been so good shooting the entire game at 54%.
Yeah, 43 from 3. That's a good night.
There's not a lot you can do when a team is that hot. What did you call him? A
well-oiled machine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what's going. Fourth quarter here, 7:30 to go, 61-21. Bradley Central on the verge of a three-peat.
Right back in the paint. She's back in the game.
Stovall is back in. She has 4 fouls, so we didn't see her a lot of the third. But Coach Reuter let the senior back in this game, and immediately she scores.
You know, if I'm Bartlett's coach, for me, I'm just seeing how my team is playing through this time right now. You know, they could easily give up and stop competing, but they're continuing to push. They're continuing to be aggressive. And that's what you want at the end of the day, because like you were talking about how just appreciate the moment. This is something that, you know, they've been to 3 state finals appearances and in a row, and that's not an easy feat. And so just to make sure that, you know, for them that they're continuing to just get better. This is live play, live, you know, competition, and a opportunity to build chemistry as you move forward in years to come. And so to be able to use this for that moment, that's what you're preaching right now.
Well, and to that point, those fourth quarter free throws there, Christian Tate, she's a sophomore.
Yeah.
You know, so you've got her as a sophomore. You've got Faye Williams, a junior, who will be back. You've got Samaya Jones, a junior, who will be back for Bartlett. Now you lose some of your key, you know, seniors that really run this team, but you've got some pieces and girls who are getting experience in this moment for you if you're head coach Wesley Shapley, and that is a plus.
Exactly. And, you know, as much as people talk about, oh, you don't forget these moments when you're winning, you also don't forget these moments when you're getting beat like this. This is something they're as hungry as I think they are and as competitive as I think they are. They're going to remember this, and they're going to remember this feeling, and they're going to remember how much they didn't like it, and that's going to fuel them in this offseason coming back into next year and what the work that they're putting in.
That's a great point. And then on the other side, you look at Bradley. You know, there are Abby White, who just drew that foul. You know, she only averages about 3.4 points per game, but now she's in getting some time. Aliyah Osborne, another senior, is in. Jada Francis, sophomore forward, now coming in for Bradley. So Coach Jason Reuter getting a chance to play some other players and some younger players for them as well.
Yeah, this is a big stage. This is a moment where you don't get to replicate this type of experience, this type of environment, this pressure, unless you're in it. So to be able to, you know, have this type of lead where you can put them out there and get that experience is going to be great. It's going to be really beneficial for them moving forward.
Nice hustle from Bartlett. Look at the rebound, a little physicality down there. Good effort. We're going to take a quick break here. 4:51 to go in the 4A Girls State Championship game.
At First Bank, we know big wins don't just happen under Friday night lights. They happen by Saturday night candlelight. At First Light. Or when keeping the lights on late. They happen any time that makes their eyes light up. Because it's your wins that make our communities shine. See community banking in a different light.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail. Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials across the country because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back to the Murphy Center. Bradley, the Barretts crowd. Look at all those smiles. A lot of family members and fans and moms and dads and everybody who is very excited. Bradley Central just right around the corner from securing their 3rd straight state championship.
Yeah, that's impressive. And a lot of proud parents and family members over there in the stands. I remember how my parents were when we won, and the pride that they had and the joy that they had after we won. I mean, really all of our parents from Mount Juliet, it was a big family. So everybody's invested. Everybody has been a part of this journey for sure. And so just being able to experience this, especially with your kids, It's special. Okay, deep
Ooh,
three.
that's a deep three.
She said, I got some range.
Yeah, that's a good-looking shot, though.
Yeah.
Who was that? Abby White. Okay, Abby. Four minutes.
Offensive charge on McAdory.
Offensive foul, number 42, Reagan McAdory. That is her first, team second.
McAdory, just a freshman, by the way. Freshman center, 6 feet tall.
Wow. She's got great physicality. Finish. There you go.
Basket is good by number 30, Kendall Lewis.
Oh, there you go. 2 back-to-back turnovers. You want to have something positive to go out on. That's just, you know, young players coming in, get, again, the game experience that they can draw on.
Exactly what you're seeing. You've got Aaliyah Davis, freshman guard in. You've got Christian Tate, a sophomore guard in for Bartlett. Reagan McAdory, you just saw that move. She's a freshman. Knew that was coming. Love Howard in for Bradley Central.
Oh, another Howard for Bradley.
Aaliyah Davis, her first.
Love is a senior guard. She looks to wrap up her high school career with a 3rd straight gold ball.
I'd say that's a pretty nice wrap up.
Big rebounds. Bradley 2 minutes away from that three-peat. See, when you win 3 in a row, though, you don't realize how hard it is to win a championship, you know?
Yeah.
In any sport.
Yeah, no, legit.
It's amazing, though, what Jason Reeder has been able to do there with the Barretts. I mean, that was their 8th state title last year.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's sustained greatness. You know what I mean? And so the story I said I was going to touch back on with Ryan, I asked her, you know, about what it is that makes this program so consistently good. And she talked about the standard that Coach Reeder holds everybody to. And she was saying there was one game, you know, I had said a play wasn't going to work. And she's like, it didn't. And he sat me on the bench for the rest of the game and, like, didn't talk to me. And I'm just like, I laughed about it. And I was just like, she's like, but that's the standard. You know, he has a way that as players are, you know, we go about things. And he doesn't care if you're the starting player, if you're Miss Basketball, if you're the 12th player on the bench. He sat me and didn't talk to me the rest of the game. And I was just like, you know, those are the stories. But that's the standard, right? And you don't waver on that. And that's the reason why this program is so consistently good, is because players come in knowing that that's the standard and they're going to be held to that. That's that accountability piece that.
Yeah, that's why 35 state title appearances for that school.
Yeah, that's pretty
because
good.
that is the standard.
Yeah.
Another Miss Basketball finalist, by the way, in Kimora Fields for this year, and she's only a junior.
So, yeah.
She was the district MVP as a freshman. There's a chance she's going to be the MVP in this tournament.
Yeah.
All of that. By the way, our 4th quarter free throws are brought to you by BlueCross Blue Shield of Tennessee, so we appreciate them, what they do for high school sports. Oh, we've got a technical foul against Bartlett because 2 kids are in that were not in the book originally.
Okay.
Sometimes you get to this point.
Yeah.
And I know Coach Shapley just wanting to get all his girls a chance to get in and play in this game, right? To get the experience, to say I played in a state title game. I don't blame them for that one.
I don't either. That's something you could appreciate from a coaching standpoint.
Bradley, from start to finish, has dominated this game. Abby White, the senior, adding 3 to her line.
As I learned from you, Don, wire to wire.
That's right, a wire to wire win. Never trailed in this one.
Yeah.
Was tied once early on, but Bradley never trailed.
Good rebound. There you go.
Nice rebound and put back. That was Reagan McAdory.
I think he's just doing a substitution for now. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, Jason Reuter also wants to get some players in. Michaela Broom, a junior forward, checks in for Bradley Central. Aaliyah Osborne is in. Madeline Schultz, another senior on this Bradley Central team, getting some playing time here to finish off with 50 seconds to go.
Oh, they're just taking their turnover.
Take a look at what we had today. Great day of girls high school basketball. This is our nightcap. This is our final game of the day, our 4A championship. We had a chance to call the 2A championship a little bit earlier today, which was a close game, a lot of fun. And take a look here. There, Van Buren falls to Greenfield in the 1A final. I mentioned that 2A, York and Westview. That turned into a great game.
Yeah, it did.
But Westview able to win that one, and then Heritage just dominating in the 3A state title for their first ever gold ball.
Yeah, that's exciting. We love being able to see programs be able to get their first championship, and in the fashion that they did it in, that was impressive.
Heritage actually opened in 1977. That's their first team championship in any sport. How cool is that?
Shout out women's sports. Go ahead, girls basketball being the first one.
That's right. And you always get to remember that if you're on that team. And come back 20 years later, be honored.
Exactly.
For the very first team to win it. So congrats to them.
20 years comes fast, kids. 20 years comes fast.
Not to age either one of us, but...
But one of us may or both of us may or may not have been on this court 20 years ago for a championship.
May or may not covered you back then. How about that? Fourth quarter free throws brought to you by BlueCross Blue Shield. 12 seconds left. Time winding down as Bradley Central is just about 5 seconds away from a three-peat.
What a story. They've won so much, they aren't even jumping up and down inside.
The Barretts, 3 in a row. How about that, Jason Bruder? Your girls have their three-peat.
Congratulations.
Your 4A state champions, Bradley Central.
They don't even know the history that they just made. Like, it'll come back to, like, I feel like they'll be more excited in years to come when they look back and they're like, wow, we really won 3 in a row.
How about this, though? They were so poised that entire game.
Yeah.
I mean, 34 points in the paint.
I mean, we're trying to wrangle him.
32 rebounds. for Bradley Central tonight. They just dominated a wire-to-wire win.
Yeah.
They never trailed in this one. A 70-28 win over Bartlett for their third straight gold ball. And how about Coach Jason Reuter? 15 years as the girls' head coach, and he just continues to get it done for Bradley Central.
Yeah, that's impressive. And
Coach Reuter is with our own Sam Rothman right now. Sam.
Coach, the three-peat is complete. First team in Bradley Central school history to win 3 straight state titles. Why is this the team to be able to do that?
Just a lot of talented girls. I mean, we got talent. We got, obviously 3 in a row. We mentioned earlier, I think to someone, we had 3 of these girls started as sophomores. All 5 of them played last year, and here we come again. It's talent and hard work, and sometimes you get lucky. I found the harder you work, the luckier you get. So all the credit goes to the girls. I got great people around me, great assistant coaches, great players, and I'm just very blessed.
Dominated from start to finish and never trailed in this one. What are you most proud of about your team's performance tonight?
Defense. I mean, we took their will away. We didn't give them any open looks. 28 points. It speaks for itself. This team has hung their hat on defense their whole career, and I think tonight it's pretty fitting. We're losing. We got 8 seniors, so I won't have any trouble scheduling games next year. But we still got some good players on the bench, and I'm very proud of this team. Defense is what this team's going to be known for.
Well, enjoy it now, Coach.
I will. Sure will.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Well, we'll have that trophy celebration for you right after this. You're watching the BlueCross State Championships on the BCHS Network. We'll be right back.
To help protect the young and young at heart, the sick and the well, to recognize the importance of both physical and mental health while giving back to our communities is to do more than what is expected of a health insurance company. It is calling you a member, but treating you like a neighbor.
It's been my pleasure.
It is making a commitment to be right here for you and keeping it.
No business being out there.
I'm a person too.
Welcome back to the Murphy Center on the campus of MTSU as we wrap up a wonderful day of Division I girls high school basketball, and we wrap it up with our Class 4A girls all-tournament team. Here's Chris Freeman.
From Bradley Central, Avery Brewer.
Avery Brewer, a no-brainer on that tournament team. 19.
From Bartlett, Faye Williams. From Bradley Central, Kamora Fields.
27 points last night from Kamora, 14 today.
From Bartlett,
7 rebounds.
Samaya Jones.
It's getting it done.
Let's go. I love it.
From Bradley Central, Tatiana Stovall.
An amazing tournament for Stovall, too.
And from Bradley Central, Malia Wilcox.
Listen to that roar.
Senior.
I love it.
The senior. The senior guard at 5'4" who had 10 rebounds last night.
Listen, it's all about who wants it.
That's right. Rebounding is just a state of mind, right?
Oh, look at that joy. I love that. These are my favorite moments. Just watching everyone celebrate each other.
And now, the most valuable player for Class 4A in 2025 from Bradley Central, Agent 0, Kamora Fields.
Unbelievable player.
To purchase pictures from the state championships, go to www.actionpicstn.com, the official photographer of the TSSAA.
You could have made an argument for Tatiana after her performance in this tournament.
At this time, we would like to recognize the cheerleaders from the runner-up team. Cheerleaders played an integral part of the success of these two teams and rarely get recognized for their tireless efforts. Cheerleaders have the honor and responsibility of creating a strong sense of school pride and elevating school spirit within their school and community. Please join us in celebrating the Lady Panthers of Bartlett High School.
Over there on the sideline, the car award went down the line. Each player gave them a high five, made sure that they knew, like, keep your heads high. Her two teammates who made the all-tournament team came over. She was the first one to greet them and was cheering for them. Like, that type of stuff matters. That's a great teammate.
And now, the presentation of the Class 4A runner-up coaches plaque.
Jess Mooney and Bart have a good one.
From Bartlett High School, the Lady Panthers head coach Wesley Shapley.
Because that can take you far. Like, that helps the locker room. And when your locker room is good, and you can have a good locker room, it helps, you know, build championship culture. Look at her, she's bringing everyone over and making sure everyone's heads are up. That's what you want, especially as a senior, as a leader. That's what you want.
And now, the presentation of the Class 4A runner-up team with a final record of 25-12 and making their fourth appearance in a state title game and the third time in 3 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lady Panthers of Bartlett High School.
The emotion on the seniors, and they know it's their last go with their teammates, Zoe Brickster being one of them. You know, she'll have surgery on Monday because she put it off so she could finish off this season with her teammates.
Man, kudos to her.
Grinded it out. And of course, you know, when you have surgery coming up, you can't
let's celebrate the championship cheerleaders.
Rounded out this entire
from Bradley Central High School, the Bradley Central Barretts cheerleaders.
Wishing her just a prosperous collegiate season. I think, you know, players like that you really root for, and I'm a fan now. I'm gonna make sure I'm following her as she goes through her journey. That's for sure.
Southeast Missouri State.
Yeah,
check her out.
I will.
And now, the presentation of the champion coaches plaque and autograph ball goes to, from Bradley Central, Coach Jason Reuter.
"36th year in coaching for Coach Reuter."
That's so impressive.
27 at Bradley Central.
Yeah. I mean, he's been coaching just a year shy of
And now, for our last award of 2025, before we make the presentation, they finished 35
There we go. Now we got some excitement. When they see the actual ball, there's a little excitement there.
It is their 11th appearance, their 9th state championship, their 3rd straight state championship.
Wow, that's so impressive.
And this team team achieved a national ranking in high school girls basketball. The 2025 state champions, the Bradley Central Barretts.
Congrats to them.
The three-peat is complete for Bradley Central. Congratulations to those seniors, Avery Brewer and Harmony Ware, Love Howard, Malia
Ladies and
Wilcox,
gentlemen,
Tatiana Stovall.
tonight
Coach was right,
is
though,
the 50th
career
playoff win in Bradley Central school history.
Some solid seniors and 6 of them there.
Yeah, no, that's the part
BlueCross Blue Shield of
of, you know,
Tennessee
when you
knows
have
how
a group
much hard
that's
work and
together for as long
dedication
as they have
it
been.
takes to be at the
some
top of your
point, they all
game.
have to graduate and
Congratulations
move
to
on.
both teams
But
for
you're still
playing
going
in
to
the
have
2025
your
state
stud
championship finals.
More Fields that's going to be there, and
As you leave today, please be a good sport and toss your trash in the receptacles provided. And as you drive home, remember to stay safe. Buckle up, Tennessee.
History here with the three-peat for the Barretts. I enjoyed calling the game with you, AC, and your basketball knowledge is unmatched, and we are lucky to have you this year.
Thank you, and thanks for, sending a text and asking.
That's right. Come on, come make me look smarter, AC.
No, I've had a great time today. It's been, really nostalgic for me to be back here 20 years later where it all started for me, really. And to be able to call these games alongside you, a pro's pro, you have always been one of my faves, and so to be able to sit next to you and learn from you today has been everything. And finally put this college degree to use.
That's right. Well, I guess you're kind of busy playing ball or something,
Just a little minor detail.
That's right. Well, we have had a blast here in Murfreesboro. I want to say our thanks to the city of Murfreesboro this weekend for hosting the tourney, and of course our partners at the TSSAA for all of their hospitality. For executive producer Corey Steinecker, producer Skip McMillan, director David Dow, and of course my broadcast partners AC, Alicia Clark, Sam Rothman, I'm Dawn Davenport. We are saying so long from Murfreesboro, where Bradley Central makes it the three-peat. They defeat Bartlett to win the Division I Girls 4A Championship for 2025. Good night. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
The BlueCross Basketball Championships are brought to you by BlueCross Blue Shield of Tennessee, proud corporate sponsor of the TSSAA. First Bank, helping people build a better future. First Bank is proud to be the official bank of the TSSAA. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office. Planning to drink? Don't plan to drive. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office reminds you that fans don't let fans drive drunk. And by Food City, official tailgating headquarters of high school sports fans all across Tennessee.